in my house during my recruiting. It was at the end of my junior year, I believe, or maybe the beginning of my junior year, around sometime in my junior year, end of my junior year. And I think the biggest thing is, like, we talked about this moment. We dreamed of this moment.
All right, World Hoop fam, strap yourselves in, because what we just witnessed was more than a basketball game. It was a thunderclap, a statement, a seismic shift in the WNBA landscape. The Indiana Fever, led by the undeniable force of nature that is Caitlin Clark.
I'm just going to, reflect back and appreciate everything we've been able to accomplish together.
What will you remember from this team?
I think,
Didn't just beat the Dallas Wings. They demolished them. And in the process, Clark didn't just outplay her generational rival, Paige Bueckers. She absolutely owned her with a monster double-double performance that sent shockwaves across the league. This wasn't just a win. This was Caitlin Clark running the show, orchestrating an offensive symphony, and proving to anyone who ever doubted it. When she's unleashed, the Fever are unstoppable. This game was an absolute clinic, a blowout of epic proportions. The Dallas Wings simply didn't know what hit them. From the opening tip, it was clear this was a different Indiana Fever team.
What would you say drives you, and how would you describe your on-court mentality?
Yeah, I think what drives me is just,
A team playing with pace, purpose, and a fluidity that has, at times, felt frustratingly absent. Everybody ate in this game. Every single player got fed. And it all flowed from the relentless vision and unparalleled passing of number 22. Let's dive into the stats that are already rewriting the WNBA history books. Caitlin Clark, in just her second season, having already missed 10 games this year due to injury. Think about that for a moment, 10 games, has now tied for the 5th most double-doubles with points and assists in WNBA history. That's simply mind-boggling. To put that into even more staggering context, she has more such games than every other player in Fever history combined. And if that wasn't enough, Clark has reached 200 points and 100 assists this season faster than any other player in WNBA history in a single season. The fastest, despite missing a significant chunk of games. This isn't just excellence. It's a cheat code being activated right before our very eyes. The first half alone was a spectacle of offensive firepower. The Fever dropped a jaw-dropping 64 points, the most points in a half in franchise history. 64. I'm genuinely surprised Stephanie White didn't have a heart attack on the sideline or try to bench all the starters coming out of halftime just to slow things down. Thankfully, for the sake of good basketball and every fan watching, she didn't. And what did Clark do in that insane first half? 10 points, 7 assists, 3 steals, and a block shot. Oh, and a partridge in a pear tree. It was pure domination, a statistical masterpiece. The final score, 102-83, barely tells the story of how thoroughly the Fever controlled this game. Caitlin Clark had a monster all-around performance. 14 points, 3 rebounds, an astonishing 13 assists, a career high-tying 5 steals, and a block shot. This is what it looks like when they let Caitlin Clark run the show. This is the vision that Fever fans, and frankly, basketball fans everywhere, have been yearning for. And the best part? Everybody ate. Natasha Howard, who on at least 3 different occasions actually passed the ball to Caitlin Clark, a concept that at times has seemed revolutionary, absolutely feasted, going 8 of 9 from the field for 18 points. It's almost as if when you play with your superstar, everyone benefits. Aaliyah Boston and Clark renewed their 2-woman game, a beautiful ballet of picks, rolls, and perfect passes, resulting in Boston's 17 points on 7 of 11 shooting. Kelsey Mitchell poured in 20 points on 8 of 12 shooting.
All right, fire away.
Welcome back.
Appreciate it.
You said that you're not patient. How hard have these 5 games been?
A testament to the open looks Clark was creating. And Sophie Cunningham once again is breaking out of her shell. Folks, she's coming out big time, contributing 13 points, 3 assists, and 5 rebounds. This team, when operating at this pace and with this vision, is simply a joy to watch. Now, for all you Paige Bueckers fans out there, in case you were wondering how she fared in this highly anticipated matchup of the past 2 number 1 overall picks, Bueckers had 21 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. A solid outing, certainly, but in the face of Clark's masterclass and the Fever's overwhelming team performance, it felt like a footnote. And to the Dallas Wings' credit, they had a strong performance from Lee Ueru, who our man on Black and White Sports affectionately dubbed the Wuhan Express, with 16 points and 5 rebounds. But for all the talk about players like Ari McDonald being the one to worry about in this game, worry about yourself, Dallas. Worry about yourself. McDonald went 0 of 10 from the field. Folks, karma is a mother bleeper. Let's talk about the highlights, because this game was an absolute reel of perfection. There was one play, no doubt a highlight of the game, where Caitlin Clark gets a block shot, then immediately unleashes a full-court touchdown pass to Sophie Cunningham, sprinting down the court for an easy layup. That's what we mean when we say this team played fast, fast, fast. When the Indiana Fever dictate the tempo and run like this, I honestly don't believe there is a team in this league that can consistently beat them. Lexi Holt coming down, taking a step-back three-pointer, swishing it, pure confidence. And I absolutely love this next sequence because it's one of my favorite things to see from Caitlin Clark, and she needs to do it a lot more. The backing down of the ball, the classic Jordan fadeaway. Boom, right there. The Jordan fadeaway. I love it. This is exactly what we have in mind when we think about this team, when we think about what this team can truly do. She's got the ball in her hands. She's in control. Yes, Stephanie White still sat her at times at nonsensical points during the game, and Caitlin's three-point shot is still a work in progress. It's going to come around. But I've got a strong notion that today we saw her truly getting her legs back after the injury. We have to remember, folks, there's got to be a bit of a conditioning issue for Caitlin Clark, having missed 10 games. And I think today we saw full steam ahead, the conditioning finally coming back. There are still a lot of games to play in a condensed portion of time. They even have a back-to-back this week, folks. Tuesday, they face the Connecticut Sun, a huge game that's been moved to the Garden in Boston because of ticket demand. The Caitlin Clark effect is real, selling out arenas on the road. And then they've got the New York Liberty, another massive matchup this week. They won today, making them 11-10 on the season. If they can split these next two tough games, they could be 12-11, above .500, heading into the All-Star break. What a turnaround that would be. Speaking of the All-Star break, there's still no word on if Caitlin Clark's going to be in the three-point contest. I wonder if she might be in the skills competition. While it worked out badly for the Fever that she missed games from injury and they don't want her messing anything up in the All-Star challenges, it's her home arena hosting the game. You'd love to have her in those things. If she's not participating, maybe they can figure out how to get her involved with the commentary or something on that night. That would be a huge deal for the city of Indianapolis and for the league. Nonetheless, this is what it can look like. The second half of the last game and this entire game today are proof. You give Caitlin the ball and you let her go. You say, 3, 2, 1, go. She's running the floor. She's throwing those long, accurate passes like a quarterback for those layups to her teammates. With her double-double performance today, the second half of the season could truly be something to behold for Caitlin Clark and the Fever. So World Hoop Nation, what do you think? Are we finally seeing the true potential of Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever? Do you agree that when she's unleashed, they're a force to be reckoned with? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want more of the no-holds-barred truth on sports, if you want to be part of the most passionate basketball community on YouTube, then you know what to do. Before you jump out, make sure you go to our merch store, grab our Make Basketball Great Again shirt, and check out our newest design, the American Flag Skull Fever Enforcer shirt. Both shirts are brand new, and you can use promo code CC22 for 20% off. Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.